Macklin Celebrini is one of the smartest and most naturally deceptive players I've ever seen, and the coolest part is his strategies are way easier to implement than you think. So today I'm going to break down a key strategy Macklin Celebrini uses in every single one-on-one and deceptive scenario. So if we go back to this first example, you'll see a phenomenon or a situation I like to identify as being aware of where the play is shifting and knowing that the opposite of that pressure is where there's open space. If you look at Toffoli, he is driving wide and he's driving to the net. That brings the defenders on the Avalanche low and to the outside. That opens up high and in the middle of the ice. Okay, so it's the opposite of where the puck has been going for a long time. Now, you can read this by looking at your teammates and seeing what your teammates are doing. Like in this example, Toffoli is going very wide, pulling those defenders out there. That opens up high and middle for Celebrini. You can also look at it in other situations like this. Like, let's say you have the puck, right? You're skating up ice. In Celebrini's case, he's looking high in the zone, he's looking in the slot, and he's been doing that for a long time. He doesn't need to know where the open man is. He just needs to know where he's been looking and skating for a long time, and that opens up the back door. Okay. So I also like to think of this as a sort of like a lightning bolt strategy, right? If you imagine yourself, skating around, and the longer you look somewhere, the stronger the lightning bolt strike is in that direction. That's where the energy or the power is going. And then in order to escape that power, you have to strike the opposite direction, right? And there's obviously a lot of different ways to strike in the opposite direction, but this is a really good way to think of it. So let's go through a few more examples here. You see that backdoor pass from Celebrini, which is a good one. Here we see Celebrini. Let's see where he's been looking for a long time. So he gets this puck. He's looking towards the net. Now he's looking up high and in the middle. He starts skating there. He's looking there for a really long time. Everything is saying going this way, going this way. And that's where the pressure is collapsing towards. And let's see what he does. Fakes there, passes back door, and the space is down low. So again, Celebrini might have looked and saw, oh, I want to pass to my teammate. Oh, there's the open space there. What I think a lot of good players are doing, and this is what I teach a lot of my clients, is that you don't always need to know exactly what you're going to do. You just need to show something for a long time and have the self-awareness to know, okay, this is what I am attacking or drawing coverage towards. And then the opposite of that is where the open space will be. So let me show you a few more pieces of evidence, because I don't want to just have you believe me. I want to show evidence of the things that I teach and how it works. And I was a player once, and the most frustrating things is when my coaches would say, they would give us a strategy, and then everybody in the locker room would be thinking like 10 different ways how that isn't true, but you couldn't ask a question because then you'd be doubting the coach. So I always like to show evidence of my strategies or the patterns I recognize working. So let's watch Celebrini here. So he's looking a very long time towards the crease. Looks like he's about to drive the net, and that brings the coverage over there, and then that opens up a pass middle. Okay, so maybe he saw his teammate, maybe he didn't. Maybe he just knew, okay, if I'm attacking this way, I'm drawing the coverage that way, and the opposite is going to be open, right? And if you also think about it, I know there's a lot of perfectionists who watch my videos. Well, if you're attacking this way, you are opening up that, and you are also opening up behind you. So, from my studies of hockey, you don't always need to have that perfect option. You just need to know, okay, if I'm aware and I'm attacking one direction, this is where the pressure will be, and then somewhere opposite is where the open space will be. And Celebrini could turn this way, and I think that would be a really good play. Also, he could fake towards the net and open up the corner, the strong side corner to 72, or to even turn up the boards. Let me show you a few more examples of this. Let's see what Celebrini does here. So he gets the puck. He's looking up ice again, looking towards the slot, and then finds the backdoor pass. Right. So this is kind of where we'll challenge what a lot of players do commonly in most situations, which is they get the puck and they're looking for open teammates, right? But if you look towards open teammates, you're probably going to skate there. And when you skate there, you're going to draw coverage there. And then that teammate's not going to be open anymore, right? And so if you look at Celebrini, he's looking up ice, he's skating up ice. These defenders, right, are looking at him thinking, what's Celebrini looking at? We got to go pay attention to something up there. And then Celebrini says, oh, well, I've been looking over there for a while, so that's where the coverage is. And then he passes it back door. And that is how I think a lot of defenders seem to make really stupid errors. Like this Rangers player looks like it's Miller. He's kind of just looking at Celebrini going, okay, well, I'll just defend whatever Celebrini is skating towards and looking at. And he falls for the deception, basically. And then let's go to a few more examples here. We have Celebrini. Where is he? At the point. Now he's on a one-on-one, right? Let's judge where he's looking. Okay, so he's looking straight at this opponent, right? He's skating there, right? Let's rewind this. In a lot of for a hockey situation, this is a lot of time to be looking at one thing. Holds it, holds it, holds it, fakes, opens up the outside to the left here. Opens up this. Okay. So again, you don't need to think, oh, well, I want to use this space. You just have to know, okay, I'm going to spend a lot of time, or I have been spending a lot of time skating towards this area. That means this area is going to be open. The opposite of it. Okay. And there's also, maybe opposite isn't the best word to describe it, but, you know, kind of like opposite quadrants is another way I like to think of it. But let's do a few more examples. Here's a special case, a really special case that I want to identify with you guys. So Celebrini is at the right point here on his one-timer side. If we judge Klingberg's pass, right, is Klingberg being deceptive? Not really. He's skating and looking towards Celebrini. So Celebrini looks at his teammate and says, should I shoot this? Am I going to have the lane? And without even looking, I don't know if he looks at, we can't tell, the screen is cut off, but without even looking at the Anaheim players, Celebrini can fake a pass, or fake a shot, I should say, pass it back to Klingberg because he has a better lane, because Klingberg has been looking at Celebrini for a long time. Okay, so this is a strategy you can use to just look at your teammates. If your teammates are staring at you before they pass it, okay, the pressure is going to be on me. I'm going to get this puck, make a quick fake, and go back to them, or go escape to another direction. Or if your teammates give you a very, deceptive pass, they're looking somewhere and they pass it to you, you have a lot of time and space. Maybe you can take an extra handle and shoot it. But here's a pretty cool example. And even if you just look at this kind of from a formation perspective, you'll see that there's literally two opponents in Celebrini's shooting lane. And Klingberg gets it here and is looking towards Celebrini the whole way in. And even if Klingberg didn't want to shoot it, he has a lot of space open to this guy. I think it's Smith over there. So it really works kind of in any way, any area of the ice in any direction. And then there's three more quick examples, and then I have something to show you guys or tell you guys about. If you look at this one, let's find Celebrini here. So he gets the puck, and he's been looking like he's going to shoot it for a long time. He knows the opposite's going to be open. Again, some of these things, some deceptive plays are like you plan it out, or you're using deception and you're saying, I'm using deception. Other situations are more of like a reaction. Like, oh, you catch the pass, you don't know what to do next, but you realize, okay, I don't know what to do next, but at least I've been showing this area for a long time, so the opposite is going to be open, right? So that's sometimes you make deceptive moves by more of a reaction. This one looks like sort of a reaction, like he's escaping from those opponents, and he realizes, oh, I've been skating looking like I'm going to go wide for a long time. Let me pull it to the inside, right? And there's another fake, okay? And then this one is a pretty good one, where he looks like he's going to skate up the middle, or to the right middle area, kind of to the right side over here, and then that's where the pressure is going, right? And then he opens up the other side, basically, okay? So if you guys know me, my name is Xander. I'm the founder of Conscious Hockey, and I help players with decision making, IQ, strategy, confidence, anything on the mental side of the game, because ultimately that's what I struggled with as a player, and that's what caused me a lot of frustration. And I've helped a lot of players, a lot of pro guys, D1 guys, a lot of high level AAA youth players. If you want help from me, and you want to talk to me more in depth and you're serious about getting better, you can book a call using the link below this video. If you don't want to book a call, continue watching the videos. And if you like this type of video, comment below so I know to make more. But other than that, have a great day.